Good morning. Here we are for Monday morning motivation once again. Let's get this week off to a good start and make sure we finish the year well, because here we are at the end of another quarter and one quarter to go. Now, have we set our goals for the end of the calendar year or for the end of the financial year? Whichever it is, sometimes when we set goals for the longer term, it's really difficult to stay on track, stay focused, stay the course, as it were. And it's something that we really need to do if we want to achieve our goals. So one of the better ways of achieving long-term goals is to make sure that that long-term goal is broken up into smaller goals or objectives, if you like, so that we can monitor more easily how we're tracking towards our goal. When things are a long way off, it sometimes seems as though it's never going to get here. Perhaps it's worth remembering that Christmas is always 12 months away once we've had Christmas, but it comes around again, and it's always a good time for those of us that enjoy having Christmas. Of course, Christmas is just one quarter away. So if we've got ourselves a goal to do a particular thing by the end of the financial year, have we broken it down into quarterly goals? Have we broken it down into weekly goals? Being able to monitor your goals and tick them off helps you go a long way towards achieving the goals. If you can't monitor it, it's quite possibly not going to happen. Just falls out of contention, disappears. Sometimes we allow external things we can't control, to get in the way. For example, you might be really keen on your footy team and your footy team doesn't do well. If that affects you adversely, you've got to remember that unless you're actively engaged in what that footy team does, you have no control over it. So let's focus on those things that we can control, not the things that we can't control. In terms of achieving goals and objectives, we can't control the outcome. We can only control the activity. So if we've set ourselves a goal, do we know the activity that we need to undertake in order to achieve it? Do we know who we need to help us? Sometimes we need to engage people to do the work. Sometimes we need to engage clients to purchase things from us so that our goal can be achieved. As a part of helping with that, on the 26th of October, I'm running a workshop, how to find and identify your ideal client. And in that, we'll run through how to find and identify your ideal client. Because unless you're speaking to your ideal client, chances are you're wasting your time. And through the years, I've seen many people who've been in business, some of them for a very long time, who've spent a lot of time working and achieving very little. But as soon as we can identify their ideal client, all of a sudden they understand how to speak to those people and who to speak to. It shortens the time between meeting somebody and making a deal, getting the sale, getting a new customer, a new client. And at the end of the day, it's making best use of your time. So check it out, how to find and identify your ideal client. There's a link in the post beside this live. Have a look, come along. I'd be delighted to help you find out who your ideal client is. Have an absolutely great week.